Today is technically, I guess, yeah, Thursday. It's Thursday, March the 6th, and you guys, it is 1:20 a.m. I can't sleep to save my life. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why this hasn't really happened to me in a long time. I used to have a really bad time with like sleep where I wouldn't sleep very well, or I would wake up in the middle of the night and have kind of like anxiety. I don't feel very anxious, but maybe I do subconsciously and I just haven't really like acknowledged it or realized it. But I haven't been able to sleep, and I've been like just in bed tossing and turning, and then I started like scrolling, doom scrolling, and I was like, gosh, like what is wrong? So I figured I'd get up and record a little video, maybe chat with you all. I even brought my Bible out. I figured maybe like reading a little bit may help me. I don't know, I just think it would be good. I think recently I've been feeling a lot of like conviction in a decision that I've made that I'm not going to really share a lot of because I don't think the time is right. But yeah, I think my heart is heavy. I think that's the reason why I can't sleep. My heart is definitely feeling heavy. It's just like a lot of thoughts and like emotions that are going on. And I've been trying to like open up my Bible a little bit more, just try to, chat with God. And, I guess you can say like in a way, although it's like in prayer form, kind of like talk my feelings out with him. Because I don't know, it's just like a lot that, gosh, I haven't done like a crying video in such a long time. I hope I don't start crying. But I haven't like, lately a lot has been going on. I did kind of like briefly mention it, but my parents are moving to Mexico. I don't know if it's something that they always wanted to do, if it's something that maybe they just suddenly decided, or because of everything going on here in the States, and also because my dad is no longer going to be like working as much, and it's just life in Mexico is a lot less expensive than here in the States. I don't know if that was something in their game plan for like years and years ago, or if that was just something that they always thought about doing. In a way, I kind of, like in the back of my mind, I kind of thought that was going to be the case, because my parents, where my grandpa lived next door, my parents owned that home, and my dad, like, they built it, they paid for everything, whatever. And when my grandpa passed, my dad, like, the family, the brothers, like my dad and his brothers and sisters decided to sell his home to somebody in the family. But then his house, like my dad's house, my parents' house, they kept it. And I was like, oh, why are y'all keeping it? Like, what's the game plan here? But I never asked. I just kind of like thought like, oh, maybe it's just like they're trying to keep it like a vacation home or something, like for them to go to when they're not here in the States, when they go visit or whatever. I don't know. I just assumed. And now things are happening, and like my parents' home, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. My parents' home here, I don't think it's like hit me. My parents' home here in the States is like pretty empty. They've taken pretty much almost everything to Mexico little by little. You can say like the only stuff that they have here in their home is like the beds, like the couch, dining room, like very like, I guess you can say kind of needed furniture. but everything else is gone. Like the walls are bare. Um, and they're already like planning on like selling it, and it's not like my childhood home. I actually grew up in Illinois, in Chicago area. um Lived there for like 13 years, moved here to San Antonio, and like been different homes. Like we lived in that home, we moved into my parents' home um when I turned 21. So like I didn't live there very long. Like Matthew and I moved in together when I was like, I think like 24. So only lived there for like 3-ish years, but my parents have been there ever since. Like 20, I don't know, like 2012 maybe. So it's been a while. But yeah, the walls are bare. The the furniture is the only thing that's there, and it's even then like very like limited furniture, not like only like necessary stuff that they need. So it's just like crazy that it's like happening, you know? And um I don't think I've really talked about this, but I have a brother. I have an older brother that is just wild. um Ever since I can last remember, he's been in and out of jail. Um, um, Ever since I was like what, like the third grade. It's crazy. Like in and out of jail, has served a really long sentence, like 10 years, and he got out. He was okay, and then he was good for like maybe like 2 years, and then went back in um, because he was involved in some pretty crazy stuff. I don't know everything that he does, but I am almost pretty sure that he is um, in some pretty deep drugs, which is scary. But you know, unfortunately, we've done what we could, and that's all we can do. You know, he has two beautiful kids that like he's not around for. These are years that he's never gonna get back, but I hate to say this about my brother, but it's better for them to not know him than to know him the way he is now. So, you know, it's just like a lot of stuff that's weighted on me. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this, but I've always treated my vlogs like a kind of like a journal. Um, if I'm being real, I kind of see y'all as like my close friends. I don't really have like a lot of friends that I'm like close to. Um, it's just like a lot. And I think even when I talk about it to friends, like I kind of have like a guard up. It's just like to protect myself, essentially, I guess. Um, and even when I talk about this stuff to Matthew, I can tell that he just gets like a little defensive because I know that it hurts him to see me hurt. Um, like, it's just, I'm sure it's hard for him too. Like, some of the stuff that I tell him, he's just like, well, you can just like block him, or how about you just like don't respond? And I'm like, easy for you to say. Like, it's not like I grew up with him, you know? It's just, he's my brother. Like, and I know that I should be able to set boundaries, but it's just easier said than done. Um, I'm sure there's just like a lot of trauma build up there that I just haven't really been able to deal with. But yeah, that's just, it's so hard to like, with my parents leaving, like, I know that he's like a huge burden on them. And now that he's gone, so he's not really, he used to live with my parents, and now he's just, I have no idea where he lives, if I'm being honest. Like, God knows. And my parents, I'm pretty sure, have now gotten to the point that they've like accepted and realized that they've done what they could, and there's really nothing else that they can do. And with them now leaving to Mexico, like, it's just gonna be me, you know? And I remember one time I told my mom, like, don't worry, I won't leave him, when they were planning on moving. Um, and my brother was like working, he was doing good. Um, he was obviously like on parole, so I guess like that kind of forced him to. But when my parents were planning all that, I remember telling my mom, like, don't worry, like, I won't leave him. Like, we have literally like 4 bedrooms in our home. Like, one is ours, and then the 2 are being used for offices. But like, I can always move my office to my bedroom. It's no big deal. Like, he can use the spare bedroom. Like, we'll figure it out. Like, I won't leave him alone. And I think she found a lot of relief in that. And now, given like the circumstances, I'm pretty sure he's like back, God knows where, involved in these drugs, because these aren't drugs that you can just easily recover from. And I just kind of hoped that spending time with like the kids and having like a stable job would help him, but it definitely hasn't. So it's just a lot. A lot's been weighing down on me. It's just too much for me. It's overwhelming. Like, having to like sometimes like baby my parents, because that's a whole nother thing. And then dealing with my brother always constantly texting me and like asking me for stuff. And then the kids, it's like I can't do everything, you know? I'm such a people pleaser. Gosh, I'm hoping that I just don't get triggered. I mean, I obviously am. I've been doing so good with my mental health too. I guess maybe I haven't. And this is all coming out. I did, I feel like I'm jumping all over the place, but I did TMS therapy, transcranial magnetic stimulation therapy, like back in late August, September-ish, and I had really good results. Like, I got through the winter without having like heavy depression the way I normally do. I was able to cope with things easier. Like, things have been going pretty good, and I just like think the downfall happened. But I'm not gonna let it get to me. I'm gonna try to just, read my Bible, focus on God, focus on, you know, God does good to those that love Him and do good. And I feel like I've been doing pretty good. I feel like I'm a decent person. I think, I hope. Anyways, I've been rambling for quite a long time. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this. But if I'm being honest, if I don't post this, I'm gonna have to figure out what to post today. So either I post this or I record like another planner video, because I'm not gonna be able to post what I was already planning on recording, which was what I eat in a day. So we'll see, because it is literally about to be 2 o'clock in the morning, which is wild. But anyways, if I do post this, thank you for watching. Love you guys. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for another video. That's a really weird way of ending this. I actually feel better after talking it out. Like, this is what I love about YouTube, is that, like, I feel like only a small amount of people watch my videos. I appreciate every single one of y'all. I love y'all. But it's like still such a small community that we've built. And I'm able to like talk stuff out like this, and like I don't feel judged. I feel like y'all kind of in a way see me and hear me and like understand where I'm coming from and kind of feel for me. And it just kind of makes me feel like I have like a ton of friends. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and read a little bit of my Bible, probably watch a part of a podcast and hope that I get sleepy. So I love you guys. Thank you for watching if I do post this. And I will see y'all tomorrow for another video.